Hey there, welcome to the 30-Day Year podcast. I'm Jacqueline Conway and I'm here with Dave Conway. We've come up with this show because we want to help people multiply results. It's as simple as that. So the whole concept is that you take what you earn in a year and you collapse that into earning it in a month, but not just for one time, all the time. So it really is a wholesale change of thinking and results that we are attempting to help people achieve through the content on the show. And the amazing thing is we've had feedback recently that it's working, that it's even listening to the show is helping people progress in their lives and in their income and helping them grow their businesses, because the show is really for business owners, entrepreneurs, ambitious people that want to make waves and want to take the ambition they have and funnel it into something they're passionate about and do it in a big way. So it's really for big thinkers, big dreamers, and I would consider both of us in that bucket as well. So today's theme is the 3 ways confidence is built. So I am excited for this conversation. It's going to be actually pretty entertaining because, and we'll get to that. I got a story in mind, but I'm going to share it. I'm going to save it for later. We recently did a live just on Instagram, and we were talking about confidence because we ran a public speaking confidence pop-up workshop as a fundraiser. And so we started talking about just confidence. And it came to me that I believe confidence is built 3 ways. And I believe it can just be inherent. You just pop out into the world and you just have more faith in yourself than other people. And I don't know why that is, but some people have it. I think you're one of them. I also think confidence is built through experience. Different things that we continually show up doing builds our confidence over time. It's like these teeny little wins over time that begin to build up, our opinion of ourselves and our belief in ourselves. And then lastly is developed confidence, which is really ties into the Conway coaching system, which is how we coach people in our mentorship programs and at our events. We use a 6-step framework in order to help people create transformation in their lives. And there's a huge component in our Conway coaching system, which is called integration. It's the 3rd step. And it's where you take big ideas and you start to just keep impressing them on your mind. So what is your goal? Well, you have to begin to think about it more. So you start to suggest that goal to yourself or your self-identity script, or you begin to implement a study practice. There's different books you can study that we talk about on the show and in the mentorship program. So this type of development of confidence really ties into that step in the Conway coaching system, that idea of integration. So the beautiful thing is it's fully accessible to everybody. Anybody can do it.
To develop confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yes. And in this specific way, that is a common, I don't know if it's a complaint, but I think it's an awareness. People bring it up at seminars that we run. People bring it up on Q&A calls. Having more confidence is on people's minds, because especially business owners, you're putting yourself out there all the time. And sometimes you get your butt handed to you, or you're even scared to go about it. And if you just had a little bit more faith, a little bit more confidence, it would be this would just feel a lot better. This would go a lot better. I'd be more relaxed. And so I think this conversation is really to help develop that in you and give you some ways to do it for yourself, and to just ideally show you how powerful you are right through the content itself. So the first one is kind of interesting because, like I said, inherent confidence, you just pop out in the world and here I am, world, and I'm just so confident and I don't have any proof to back it up, but I am fabulous. I feel like you are that.
Mr. Fabulous.
You're Mr. Fabulous.
Baby Fabulous.
You're Baby Fabulous. I remember when I first met you, you said to me, and I quote, "I'm going to marry you." That was the first thing you ever said to me. I still don't think you remember it, because I remember telling you that story and you were like, uh-huh. You did the weird eye roll thing where you're I didn't say that, or I didn't do that. But I have a clear memory of you saying that to me.
I'm sure you just weren't in a dream.
No, I was in grade 9 French class and you were sitting across from me. You were a year older than me, so you were older. So that was whoa, older boy. That was such a thing. And you were very sweet and charming. You were smiling at me. And I didn't even know what to say because I was in grade 9 and could barely articulate. And so I was I don't know what to say to you. I only hang out with girls. I don't talk to boys. And that was literally what you said to me. And I remember laughing, and then we didn't speak again. It was end of relationship. But we then reconnected later in life, in university. And we went to drawing class together, and we like draw each other's faces, and we would like for pizza every night, or the nights we had art class. And I always felt like you were just so relaxed and so naturally confident. And I think that was very appealing. I'll be honest. Like any lady is going to be like that in a man. Someone that is just like so comfortable with themselves, so relaxed. It was very appealing. And so I want to hear from you. Have you always been Mr. Fabulous / Mr. Confidence? Have you always felt that way? And what's it like? What's it like to be just pop into the world and know you're great?
It just feels so good. Make sure that you download our free goal setting guide. It walks you through the exact steps I take to set big 30-day year goals. Click the link below, sign up now, and get started.
I need more detail than that. Tell me more.
Yeah, I think I've always been born. So when I read the inherent confidence, the answer to that is yes.
You have it.
Yeah, I've always had it. It's not that I don't have fears or other challenges, but yeah, I've always had confidence in myself. And I don't remember this, but I know that my mom said this to you, that when I was growing up, my mom and dad used to call me Mr. Confidence.
Yeah.
Like as a little boy.
Yes.
And I remember one time my mom also telling me a story that, I was born in Ireland, and so we lived there, and my mom would bring me around in my pram. That's the Irish for a stroller, a pram. And the other mothers and ladies used to look in my pram and say, "Oh, Nora, he's gorgeous."
Well, that's maybe just that reinforcement of that from the infant age is what really
builds
up.
I remember my mom telling me that, and I said, yeah, that's right. That's right.
That's right. You remembered.
I remember too, the day that I did find out I was a good-looking guy. That was just changed my life.
Tell us the story.
So when I was in grade 8, I had a couple friends, Greg and Brendan.
Yeah.
And I knew they were good looking because the ladies liked them, right?
Yes.
So they were in a different school than me. So sometimes they would come over to my school. And I remember I would overhear the other girls talking about like Greg's here and Brennan's here and stuff,
True
especially
story,
Greg.
I had a crush on Greg. Greg you're talking about.
Yeah, everyone had a crush on Greg. So
he went to my school.
Yeah, I think that girls can see if other girls are pretty, but I don't know if guys notice if another guy is good looking or not. He'd have to be extremely good looking for a guy to pinpoint it. And even then, the guys probably think he just kind of looks weird or whatever. So a lot of times I know when girls are like, "Oh, he's so good looking," you're like, "What? I don't even understand that. He looks like an alien to me." But anyway, we were out. So I knew these two guys were good looking because the girls were attracted to them.
Yes.
And we were out one day walking through the park, and there were some girls in grade 9 that were in softball. And we stopped and watched them. And then we left and went on with our day. And the next day at school, in high school, in the commons, I overheard this group of girls who I saw playing softball the night before. I overheard them saying, "Oh my God, Greg and Brendan and Dave Conway were at our game last night.
You were hot through association.
They were so good looking." And right then, when I learned I was good looking, it was over for all the ladies.
So what happened in your mind in that moment?
Tell me more about that. I was already
pretty confident,
pretty fine with myself, but then
you were validated.
It went to a whole new level.
Oh boy.
So yeah, I've always had confidence. I have that. I do have that inherent confidence. I do have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do have it. But this doesn't mean that I'm void of anything else, but I do have it.
Yes, for sure. So do you feel that because you were just I was born this way, baby. Do you feel like you have a little bit more gusto in taking chances? Do you think it makes you more risk tolerant because you have a little more of that natural pizzazz?
Yeah, if you're going to go and do something, you just go and do it.
Yeah.
And I have clients in my client base like that too, and they produce phenomenal results.
Yeah.
Because they don't
hesitate.
Yeah, they don't hesitate. Some of us have to learn that, but if I'm ever faced with, because I know it's like, oh, is this a sellable thing now? Oh, Dave doesn't have any issues. That's not how it works. But when you start making decisions way outside your comfort zone, yeah, you can start. So it's not really like, do I think I can't do it? It's more like, am I committed to doing it?
Right. Do I actually want to invest my time in doing this?
Yeah, it's not like, oh, can I do it? It's like, will
I
I
want
commit
to?
to it? Will I commit to what I know is required for it?
Right.
So it's not, some people struggle like, oh, can I do it? Well, yes, you can. But for another group of people, it's like, it's not a matter of can they do it. It's like,
Do I want to do
do
it?
you want to do it? Do you want to sacrifice for that?
Yeah, because ultimately everything's an investment of time
Yeah.
or of money. And so it's one of those things where everything takes time. And I used to be very naive when it comes to time, where I would just kind of take things on and then forget that, oh, wait, now that requires time for me to invest in that.
Yeah.
And as I've matured, gotten older, worked in, a variety of roles, been growing this business with you, I've become more realistic with, yes, if I say yes to something, what am I actually saying yes to?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an interesting thing that happens
Yeah.
when you learn that.
So when you build confidence, and the other thing is that confidence can be built.
Yes.
So I share the story a lot when I started doing this work. Like, I was afraid. I want to be really clear about that. Like, I was really afraid to step out and do it, but I wanted to do it. But in my career, I've been doing this now for 9 years, and in my career, the losers have never made me want to quit. And even as I look back on my life, like, anyone says something negative about me, I fight.
Yeah.
I came from Ireland, and people used to, when I was a young kid, and they would make fun of my accent because I had an Irish accent. I would just beat them up. Like, if a bully ever tried to bully me, I would just beat up the bully.
Yeah.
I wasn't a bully myself, but I always stood my ground. I never went down. I always fought. I was a fighter. And so the losers or the naysayers or the gossip or the being misunderstood, that actually fuels me. So I got to watch it, because I can go over, or I could attack,
Yeah.
So the losing never makes me want to quit. It's like watching great people. That's who tempts me to quit.
Yeah.
Like, wow, like that is so incredible what that person is producing. And it's like, well, can you produce that? That's where my confidence probably gets hit the worst, is when I look at someone doing something I'd like to do at a certain level.
Yes.
And it's like, well, can I do that? Then you have to overcome that thought. So the losers never have made me want to quit. It's always the world-class people that make me want to quit.
That makes sense. Of course. Yeah. If you see someone
Or
doing
tempt me to
great,
quit, not make me want to, tempt me to quit.
tempt you to quit.
I would never quit something because of a loser.
Do you ever find it aspirational though? If you saw someone doing something pretty great, like you would aspire.
Well, I share this quote a lot. Like, so Bob Proctor used to have a partner named John Canary, and I was traveling around when I was 18, 19, and 20 years old to see them.
Yeah.
My mom used to bring me to see them, to their seminars. And John Canary, and I've said this, I don't even know how many thousands of times, but John Canary said something that I heard when I was 19 years old. And he said, if only you realize that every time you look at someone else having, doing, being a certain way and living a certain way, to understand that the only difference between you and them is they're accepting ideas that you currently are rejecting. You have every power to have, do, be, and live as they do if you're willing to accept their ideas that they are accepting.
Right.
So that was huge, because the word testimony is interesting, because the root word of testimony, so when we see a testimony or a testament, like the New Testament in the Bible or the Old Testament, it's like if we see a testimony, it's like, wow, what we're seeing is that this happened.
Yeah.
This is a reality. This is not like told, like here's an example that this is true. But what's incredible about the word testimony is that the root word of it is test. So it's like you're testing, and through testaments and testimonies, you will then start to build your own confidence. Like, wow, maybe I could too. So the ones that don't make it through the test fail.
Yeah.
So it's it's extremely interesting awareness when you see someone else doing something. Understand that that's proof that can be done.
Yep.
Evidence. That's
Yeah.
right. It's proof, right? It's a testament.
Yeah.
But can you make it through the test? Can you make it through the test?
Right. Okay, this is such a great segue. You just set me up like perfectly right now. This must be all that.
Well, when
Mr.
you're the
Confident.
best, you're the
When
best.
Mr.
Mr.
Fabulous
Confident.
comes to the pod, he really delivers. Okay, so under the next form of building confidence I've identified is experiential, and I really like the premise around. It's from Psycho-Cybernetics by Maxwell Maltz. So he wrote about the self-image, and he explains how the self-image is developed through all of these like tiny, not tiny, but like moments of your life all the way back from childhood that begin to stack up. So your self-image isn't formed in a day. It's formed over several years. And then it's like these experiences, it's this feedback loop that you get from parents, from teachers, from the people around you. It's interactions you have with friends. It's like all the forms of life that come at you. And then there's like certain memories and certain things that begin to build your self-identity.
Yeah, it's even trippier than that, Jack. It's your self-image is stored information. It's actually stored experiences.
Exactly.
But it also is formed at conception. So it's not just your experiences, it's actually your parents and your grandparents.
Of course,
and,
yes. There's the genetic side of it too.
Amazing.
So one like visual that helps me think this through, because I believe confidence is built the same way, is the same like repetition of, or just different things that happen over time. And then it can either build you up or tear you down, right? And so we're going to go towards the confidence lens, not the other lens. But if you think of like a little baby, you know, when they have those like little building blocks and then they stack them up and they build a house or a castle and they knock down and they rebuild it. It's the same idea. It's like these experiences stack up. And then you build a little castle at the end of it, and it kind of forms you or your opinion of yourself or your level of confidence.
Yeah.
And the crazy thing is it gets set. Like it does. And then you'll find that your life either enforces or it just reinforces whatever belief is underlying, which is crazy. So it's like, if I believe myself to be confident and capable, I will continue to be confident and capable, and those experiences will begin to happen. And then the opposite is also true. If I believe I'm incapable, if I'm unconfident, those experiences will reinforce themselves in this like loop, right? And so the crazy thing is that anyone can build it through experience, and we can get knocked down, we can get like torn apart, and we can like not want to go again, right? And that's fair. It's like, who wants to fail? Like it sucks.
Yeah, it sucks.
And so we've talked in other pods about persistence and patience and all these other things that we get into. But if we're really talking about building your confidence, especially like entrepreneurs, business owners that are listening to the show that are going for a 30-day year, and maybe you didn't pop out into the world like Dave, like Mr. Fabulous across from me. Maybe you didn't. Maybe
your life just hasn't been as easy as mine.
Maybe it had super easy life, like no friction ever. Listen to some shows to confirm that or deny it. But it's just that I want to just instill or come across that you can develop the confidence through experience by repeatedly just showing up through the action of it. We started a coaching business to get like really together about 5-6 years ago.
Yeah.
But like previous to that, I wouldn't even go on a Zoom call and turn my camera on.
No.
I wouldn't. I didn't even have my own Zoom account. I was like in coaching programs and I was like, Dave, I need your like Zoom account. And I'd like hide in the corner. I wouldn't put my camera on. I'd be at events. I wouldn't put my hand up, even if I had a question. I was timid. And over time of just repeatedly being like, no, I can't behave this way anymore. This has got to change. Like, this is ridiculous.
I just had an image of you as like a Hutterite woman.
Yes.
Do you know my mom?
I was never a Hutterite, but basically,
mom,
I guess.
Well, like you just were like hiding.
I was hiding.
My mom,
yeah.
before you came along, this is no joke. My mom wanted me to marry like a Hutterite.
What? This is new information.
Yeah. Well,
that's different.
Only here on the 30-day year podcast.
Okay, we're going to have to unpack that offline after this because that's crazy.
If you're loving this content, hit the like and subscribe button and help us get this 30-day year message out.
I was afraid to come on the camera. I wasn't comfortable with it. And it's such a small thing. It's like so small and not that important. But partly it was also, I wasn't used to like operating digitally or online. And so I just wasn't accustomed to it yet. So today it's second nature. I'm always on. I'm online all the time. I'm on Zoom a lot. We have a digital company. Like turning on my camera and expressing myself is not a big deal. But there was a time when it was a big deal. It was like, I was just very uncomfortable with it. But it was just through, number one, okay, the first building block in my little toy castle was get your own damn Zoom account, first of all. Number two, get yourself a nice background. Like, make it nice. Like, I like when things feel good and look nice. So I've always had like this, I had this like turning point and everything came together really quick.
And
So
I want to be clear, folks, I'm not the kind of guy that just like won't let his own wife have her own Zoom account. Jack had
No.
every right to go
I
and
had
get her
every
own Zoom
right.
account.
I will validate that statement. So after I
Not like
just,
your grandmother who went out and got her first credit card when she turned 55, you
Oh,
know,
boy.
like Jack had every right to get a
I
Zoom
had
account.
every right. I'm just using the story as an illustration of confidence building. Okay. So then I got my nice background. Like, I've always had a nice background and like put the effort into that. I like made sure my camera was like centered so that it looked nice. I would get a nice microphone, or I'd have a nice pair of like earphones to feel like I was like ready and engaged. And I just stopped hiding. And so it's amazing how just some of those like little external cues can really help reinforce the confidence as well. And then I would show up in a blazer. So I always like dressed well.
Yeah.
And so like I felt better. I started to just like give myself every advantage externally to help build myself up internally. And that in and of itself just made me more comfortable showing up. I didn't feel kind of like a bum anymore. I was like, I'm not on Dave Conway's account and I'm like wearing a nice outfit. And like my background feels like me and not like your like black wall. I think it was what you were using at the time. So just those little things, like if you can give yourself advantages in that way to start building up your confidence. I've seen it even happen like literally before our eyes. Like we used to run a lot of like 1-day digital events. You'd like talk about self-image and be like, just up your game, like put on a damn blazer.
Yeah.
And like at the break, the guys would go and like put on a blazer and they would like show up different.
You remember that one call, and his name was Matt
Yes,
Jodwin.
that's
and
who
like,
exactly I'm thinking of.
you know, and I remember, and I told everybody like, up your game when you come on camera.
Yeah.
And at the break, he was wearing like before the break, he was wearing like a hoodie
He's like
and
a
stuff.
fitness guy.
Yeah, fitness guy. Yeah. And then he came after that blazer and
Yeah.
he like changed right on the call.
I know.
That guy just did a TED talk. He's like, he's doing really well now, which is
Yeah.
unreal. And it was like that one instance, like that's really when his life started to shift.
Yeah, I know.
So it's really cool to see. Yeah, up your game, man. You're not allowed to stay as you are and expect anything different.
Yes. Yes. And so in the experience category of confidence building, like just give yourself every opportunity to feel confident.
Yeah.
And just like
Get
some
an
of those,
edge on yourself.
get an edge on yourself. Like I said, my story was around Zoom and making that feel better. Cody Sanchez shared a stat recently that women who wear makeup make 30% more money, I believe it is, than women that don't. Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe that's how the stat works. I didn't actually write it down today, just thought of it. And that's interesting because just by showing up differently, you earn more.
Yeah.
Your business grows. Your people take you more seriously.
Bob Proctor said that's the first thing that when he started coaching me, he was like, you have to start to change like the way you dress. I remember we said you have to start to, you know, put a razor to your, he used to say if you start trimming your beard and shaving your beard, you would earn more money. He used to say these things.
Yeah. And did it happen once you started shaving?
Yes.
It changed how you showed up.
Yeah, because it changed how you feel.
Yeah, for sure. I actually experimented with like getting my nails done once, and I started getting my nails done because I felt like a woman that has nice nails made more money, and my income did go up.
Easy win.
After doing that.
Easy win.
Yeah, easy wins, right?
Yeah.
And so like those experiential things can really stack up and build the confidence along the way. So just start showing up. I know it's like I'm on the fence about how I feel about this phrase "fake it till you make it" because it feels almost disingenuous in a lot of ways, but it has actually served me and others. Where if I have just shown up and I felt better about myself, then it's easier for me to say what I want to say and then at least be comfortable saying it, feeling like I'm professional.
Yeah, I think fake it till you make it. You just are doing it. Like you're just doing it.
You're just doing it.
You just start doing it. You know?
Just start doing it.
Another way to build up your person's confidence too is like just get rid of things that you don't like in your house.
Yes, totally. If it's annoying to you, yeah. I agree.
Quit keeping lower level things around.
I really like the challenge you position to people, like your 1 in, 1 out challenge, where it's like every week, one opulent thing leaves and one opulent thing comes in. And that is a good habit because over time, you're going to like completely transform your environment, just the things around you.
Yeah.
I recently did that with my office, and I just was done with like some of the janky old stuff I had. I was like, a lot of this stuff has to go. And I opened up cupboards and I found like binders and old like workbooks from like 8 years ago. And it's like, I have not looked at this in literally 8 years. Like I am not keeping it. And must have been like a full like blue bin recycling thing, like in our backyard, full of stuff that I recycled out of my office. Like that's how much stuff I had in here. And then I got rid of this like janky old like cork board that had like pieces like missing out of it. Like it was so crappy. Like I got rid of so much stuff, and it was amazing how different it felt. I actually knew what I had. It felt so much more peaceful and calm. It actually felt like the things I had in my space were relevant to what I was doing. Like I wasn't storing 8-year-old workbooks that I never looked at. So that also really does change how you feel, how you show up. Give yourself just every advantage to show up how you want to be.
Love it.
Okay, the third one is developed confidence. Now, this really is the point that connects back to the Conway coaching system in our integration lesson, which is about integrating what you want and who you want to become into your identity and showing up differently, and using autosuggestion, which is really a practice from Think and Grow Rich that you talk a lot about and is really powerful in changing how you feel and just developing your faith. So I want you to just walk us through that practice, the autosuggestion practice.
So the reason that we want to start to visualize and use autosuggestion, and for those that don't know what autosuggestion is a suggestion from yourself to yourself.
Yeah.
So you're basically saying a statement over and over that you are trying to get across to yourself so that your subconscious mind begins to express that thought into the world. So you can build confidence through visualization. You can build confidence through affirmation. You can build confidence through writing out like the version or the habit that you want in your life. This is an absolute way that you can. And the truth is that the only way to create the state of mind known as faith or confidence is through autosuggestion. So you've seen it where you'll see people maybe that are athletes, and before they go on, they're kind of they're hyping themselves up. Or I've seen some speakers where they are jumping up and down and stuff before they go on stage. You know, a lot of people start to use autosuggestion, kind of hype themselves up to go and do something.
Heat up the mind.
Yeah, in a way that they want to do it. So this practice doesn't just have to be used before something that's important, to go do some self-talk because you're about to do something important. You could take every day as important, and you can use this principle, because it is a principle. You can use this principle and practice to get yourself into the mood, into the state of mind to go and attack your day.
Yeah. I actually feel so different when I autosuggest from when I don't.
Yeah.
Like one of the greatest lessons I feel like you can try on yourself is just like try with it, try without it. How do you feel?
You'll notice a difference.
You notice a difference. Like when I am auto-suggesting, I get like floods of ideas. Floods. Like really good ideas. And some you can take action on and some you can't. Like you just have to discern, like edit down. Okay, like I really like all these options, but I can only do like 1 or 2 of them, not 10 of them. What am I going to take action on? And that just doesn't happen with the same gusto when you're not in like using some type of suggestion practice. And the crazy thing is it doesn't have to be like writing lines like Bart Simpson on The Simpsons, like for, bulletin boards full. I honestly feel like you could just write your goal like 5 times. And
yeah,
that's
just
all it
orientate
takes.
the mind. Or like, as you were saying that too, I got this image of, Finding Nemo. And Dory's like, just keep swimming, just keep swimming.
Yeah.
That's autosuggestion because she was afraid. She didn't want to, but she said, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. You can convince yourself to do anything through autosuggestion.
For sure. My like little fitness app girl says, you need to learn to love the burn and the shakes because that's the best part. So now I'm starting to just be like, okay, what if I accept her suggestion and like the burn is the best part? It's like the worst part, but it's also like, what if it's the best part? And then honestly, I swear to God, it keeps me coming back. She's freaking knows what she's doing. She's tricking me into exercising.
She's a dangerous mind.
She's a dangerous mind. So how have you used autosuggestion to develop confidence in yourself? Because I've literally looked at you on stage at our seminars and been like, oh my God, like you're just a summation of like writing in notebooks, all the things that you want to be.
I do it every day.
Yeah. Just talk about like how you've used it or
So
how you use it.
so can we talk about habit for a sec?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. So understand that confidence or lack of confidence is a matter of belief, and beliefs are habits. When a belief expresses, that's a habit. So whenever you want something, how should I use autosuggestion, Dave? Well, if you have, let's say you have a self-talk that you can't do something, literally write out the polar opposite of that.
Yeah.
I can do something. If you have a bad attitude towards something, like, I don't like this, I don't like the burn, literally write out or verbalize, or I love the burn. It's the best part. You can convince yourself of anything. Mm-hmm. So I used to have like huge problems around the concept of money. I used to think money is quite a negative thing in the world, in society, because you see so much harm and pain and suffering come out of poverty.
Yeah.
So I told myself through autosuggestion, and I thoroughly believe this now, that money is the greatest invention. Money is the greatest invention mankind has ever conceived. Money. It's fantastic stuff. Mm-hmm. Makes you omnipresent, creates order where you can't physically create it. Mm-hmm. It buys time. It's unbelievable. It's the greatest invention of all time. But that used to be that's an affirmation.
Mm-hmm.
So
I like it.
You can use affirmation for anything. You want to use affirmation for beliefs. So it's like, oh, I don't believe in God. I believe in God. Like, just keep saying it. Like, just watch what happens. Where did that original belief come from? It came from suggestion anyway.
Oh, for sure. I'm definitely a convert of this because, like I said, early days I was skeptical of all this kind of mindset work, but I've come to totally reform that. And I know affirmation works. I just know it does. It's incredible.
Why do people behave the way they behave? Because they believe what they believe.
Yeah.
That's why they're doing what they're doing. So if you are behaving a way that you maybe don't like to behave, understand that behavior is coming out of a belief. So you need to create an autosuggestion because that's where the belief came from in the first place. It came from a suggestion. Crazy.
So crazy. So can I just set everybody free?
Yeah, set us all free, Jack.
Just like you said, Dave, you can convince yourself of anything, including being confident.
Yeah, including being rich, confident, healthy, anything you name it.
That's right.
Happy.
For the purpose of today's pod, it is about confidence. So if confidence is the issue and you're wanting more of it, you can literally convince yourself you are confident.
Yes, through autosuggestion.
I would say you actually, because sometimes when you're really early days as a coach, you coach a little differently now. But early days, I kind of looked at you as like a doctor, because I'd watch your coaching calls, like these group calls you'd be running, and people would be like, oh, I don't have any confidence, Dave. Like, I don't want to do my talks, blah, 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 blah. You'd be like, write out the self-confidence formula every day for 30 days. And then call me after. Next. And then I'd be like, the next person would be like, Dave, I just can't close a damn sale. Like, why can't I close a sale? And you'd be like, go from one sale a day for the next 40 days. I was like, damn, is that all Dave is? He just like prescribes auto-suggestions to people?
Yeah. I've actually gone back to that too.
Yeah, it works. But like, I remember like, this is a long time ago. This is like when you were like pre-working for Bob and stuff like that. Or maybe when you were working for him, I don't know. A long time ago. But you could literally just affirm. It was just like affirm what you want or affirm the opposite of what's like creating like a thorn in your side.
Yeah.
And so when it comes to confidence, like we talked about, like sometimes you're just born with it. Blessed are those that are born with confidence.
It's lovely.
Just like Mr. Fabulous next to me. Or you just build up the confidence through experience, like start showing up like the person you want to be. And then you can develop it yourself. Like you can take ownership of it. You really can.
Yes, you have to actually.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can.
And you can. So, are you good? Any last thoughts on on
No,
this
yeah, you
one?
can change your confidence levels, and we all need more confidence regardless of what level we're at. You can change them through autosuggestion. Every time you don't like a certain behavior, you don't like a certain result, understand where that's coming from. It's coming from a belief, which is converting itself into a habit or expressing itself as a habit. Attack the belief.
If this podcast is opening your eyes to powerful new ideas, helping you think bigger, and opening your level of awareness, be sure to hit subscribe right now and leave us a 5-star review. That will help us reach more ambitious people just like you ready to grow.